Welcome to the Booth Bay Regional YMCA Gym, where I'm Kelvin Crocker and this is Dave Hopla, basketball star. Right now, he's in the process of warming up. What he does is he just loosens his arm by making all his shots and getting ready. And as he makes a shot, he backs up a little bit. And he keeps going until he either is fully warm or he doesn't make the shot. Dave, what do you do when you're warming up?
I always start in close. Need to see the ball go through the net. And I'm a big believer, if you can't make a shot from 2 feet away, how are you going to make a shot from 20 feet away? So I start in close and I work my way out.
Now I'm noticing you're tending to swish the shot more than try just to make the shot. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I'm a big believer that it takes more focus and concentration to swish a shot than to make a shot. So I strive for perfection in each and every shot.
Right. So how far do you normally go out?
I'll work my way out till the NBA 3, which is 23 feet 9 inches from this angle.
Wow. And how long have you been shooting?
I learned to shoot the basketball the correct way when I was 16. I used to shoot it, but incorrectly. And then I went to basketball camp in the Pocono Mountains, and 3 people changed my life. Hank Slider, Herb McGee, and George Lehman. And they all did the same exact thing. And I said to myself, well, I can do that. So I started emulating those gentlemen.
Now, when you say incorrect way, what do you mean by that?
I didn't do one-hand form shooting. My shooting hand was on the side of the basketball. My toes twisted over there. My ball spun sideways. You name it, I did it wrong.
And what inspired you to go to this camp?
My basketball team was going to camp, so I was excited about it. And I learned so much at camp because basketball is a game you get better on your own. So from that point on, I took what I learned at camp, and I've been doing the same thing since then.
As you see, he's just made an NBA 3.
Now I come in and I add my other hand. A lot of people call this the guide hand, but it doesn't guide the ball into the hoop. I call it the balance hand, because its job is to balance the ball. And I do the same thing that I just did with the one hand.
We're still in your warm-up, right?
Yes, sir. One hand form shooting, and then we add the balance hand. And then after that, we get into jump shots.
How long do you tend to normally have your workouts in the gym?
It varies. Certain days I work on different things. Some days I'm working on shooting off of the dribble. Other days, catch and shoot. So it varies from day to day. How I'm feeling, how the legs feel, how I'm shooting the basketball. So I keep it fresh every day by changing up my workouts.
Now when you shoot, do you keep like a certain number of amount of makes you have to make before you can stop?
Yes, I always do makes, or I do a thing sometimes called strings, but it's all about makes. Strings are where I shoot from a spot and I don't move until the ball doesn't pass through the net. So if I run 27 in a row from a spot, then I go to the next spot. If the ball doesn't go in, as you said, doesn't go in, negative thought, negative result, then I would go to the next spot. So on strings, there's no set number because I can't predict the future, how many I'm going to make from the spot. But I chart everything that I do every day.
You said something negative. What do you think of to make a good shot? Do you think it's something positive?
Yeah, all positive. I am putting all my thoughts and all my energies into trying to swish every shot. As you can really tell, I'm really not that great of a shooter because I don't swish every shot. No doubt I'm hitting the rim, but I'm trying for perfection each and every time. Anybody can make a shot. Not everybody can swish a shot.
Now, how many shots would you say you take per workout?
It's not about takes, it's about makes. I do at least 250 makes a workout. Sometimes it's 500. I have a phone app that's a workout. It's 500 makes. So when I do my app workout, there's 500 makes. When I go off the dribble, I'll do 250 usually. If I mix them up, it's anywhere between 300 to 500 makes. Anybody can shoot. It's all about makes. And my next warm-up shot here. Okay, now I'm going to do strings from a couple different spots. I'm going to string it out from 15 feet, high school strings, college strings, and NBA.
Right.
So I'm going to shoot the ball until it doesn't go in. Then I go to my next spot. So I'm giving myself one strike and then go to the next spot. Okay?
Yeah. Have you helped any NBA stars?
Yes, I've worked with a number. This past summer, I've been working with John Wall of the Washington Wizards.
And how would you say he is?
John has got some great natural ability. Naturally, he can get better shooting the basketball, but I'm a firm believer that everybody can get better if they put the time in. How good or how great he becomes is going to be determined by how hard he works.
Would you say he's a hard worker?
He could work hard, but once again, I believe everyone could work a little bit harder. I think a lot of us work where we're comfortable.
You work with anyone else?
Not this summer. In the past, I've worked with a number of guys from all different teams. A lot of agents hire me to work with them, get guys ready for NBA drafts, and so forth.
Do you travel a lot?
Yes, I travel too much.
What do you mean when you say too much?
Well, if anybody has to get on an airplane, they know what I'm talking about. Travel is not a joy as it used to be. But this year I've flown approximately about 120,000 miles already.
Wow.
And that number will increase by the end of the year.
Do you like what you're doing now?
I love what I do. Anytime I'm in the gym, teaching kids on all different levels, it's a joy, it's a blessing to do something that I love to do.
I've seen you in here a few times with a couple of kids, working them out, having them shoot from certain spots and getting them better. What do you do for them?
You know, I work with the kids that ask for it and put them through workouts. I'm a big believer in after you do your form shooting, you have to do work shots, game shots, but before you can get into movement drills, you have to be able to make stationary shots. So it's all progression, depending on what kid I'm working out and how many times you've worked out in the past. So I'm gonna move it up to the high school 3 now. I have no idea how many that is as I'm speaking, so I can't keep track. But just want everyone to get an idea of the strings. So now I'm going to go out to the high school 3 and see if I can string that out as well. All right?
I'll keep track of your number of shots you make.
You can do that while you're
I
talking?
will do that.
All right. You're very talented.
We'll see.
All right, here we go.
1.
I'll count. US record.
So, also, a couple of your basketballs have had 7 words on them.
8 words.
8.
Oh,
See? He gave me the wrong number, that's why. There's 8 panels, there's 8 words.
Right.
That's all right. I'll go to the next spot now. You want me to stay there or you want me to move it out?
do whatever you want, do whatever you do.
So now go to the next spot. Okay, I only had 3 from the high school. Now the college, well, we don't have a line here. The college 3-pointer is a foot beyond the high school. So now I'm gonna move out to it. But I have 8 words on the panels. Success has 8 letters. It was sacrifice, unselfishness, character, Christ, effort, standards, and someone. That's success, and I do motivational talks called Shooting for Success. So that keeps me focused every day. Gives me something I live by and strive for.
See, he switched that one. Get all of that. I see that you always match your clothes.
Yes, I do.
Where do you get those from?
Very fortunate to have Jordan as my sponsor, so they send me all kinds of gear. So very lucky that way.
The shoes too?
Shoes as well.
And you guys sponsored by like wearing your stuff, or?
Yes, wearing stuff that you know, all my speaking engagements, corporate speaking engagements. In the gym, every time I go to the gym, you'll see me wearing the Jordan brand.
Now this town loves you.
Oh,
Are you gonna
really?
visit?
Well, that's great to know. It's a beautiful town, and I love it here.
Notice how he takes his time on his shots too.
And pardon?
And notice how you take your time on your shots.
Yeah. And now I'm moving out to the NBA three.
One. Did you have any advice for anyone around? For skills or?
Perfect practice makes perfect. Always start in close, work your way out. Don't worry about that three-point line. Most kids go right for the three-point line. Thank God there's not a four-point line.
So would you say foul shots are what kids should work on nowadays the most?
That they should work on that as well. But I'd work my way in close and work it out. Other kids just go right to the three-point line now. And that would be my strings. I have no idea what I shot.
9:15 for the one before.
9:15, so I got to write that down. So it was 9-3 high school, 9-15 NBAs. So we have high school.
After every shot he...
15 high school, 9 NBA.
9 college, it was 3 high school. And then 15 NBA.
Yeah, right.
Right. So what I do, I said, I don't know what I was for 15 feet when I had that going on. So what I would do is I usually give myself 3 outs, like baseball. So I would go 3, now I go back. Like I said, my high school 15-footers were fine because I think I had well over 25.
Definitely.
And 25 is my number that I try to get. So right now I have 1 out on the high school 3s, right? And some days I change up. Some days it would just be 1X and I would go on to something else. So now I'm going to go to my second spot and I'm going to try to get 25 high school 3s in a row now. And then once again, I'll go high school, college, and NBA. All with 25 as the number that I'm shooting for. And if I get 25, I just continue shooting. So that would be 2 strikes now. I go to my next spot, I go to college. So now I go to college where I had 9 last time. Same thing again now.
Can you tell us about some records?
Yes, my personal best from the free throw line is 1,234 shots in a row. High school 3, 211. College 3s, 181 in a row. And NBA 3s from straight on, 88 in a row. And like I said, I noticed because I chart everything that I do.
Wow. You must have a record for that too.
Yeah, record for keeping records.
Yeah.
That was 12.
12. All right.
Have you come close to breaking any of your records here in the gym?
No, I haven't. You know, the record when I break, like I said, when I did the thing in Portugal, I had a professional player from Portugal, a professional point guard, That's why I was able to get 18 shots up.
Yeah.
So the passers are so key. I have the easy job, they have the hard job.
Yeah, I mean, if some people watch that, they notice that the guy is right down here.
Right.
And as soon as you shoot it, he's got it. He's like right back here and he comes up and catches it. Also, when you set that record, a bunch of kids mobbed you.
Yeah,
they tried to pick you up.
They sure did. So I gotta write that down. I don't know what I was again, so.
Yeah, I kind of lost track of that.
That's all right. I think it was about 8 or so.
Yeah.
So. And what was it before that? It was X from the high school.
I say 12.
12, yeah, that's right. Okay. My last set here.
2 strikes.
2 strikes. Total concentration.
He's gonna think of Ray Allen right now, because Ray Allen can make shots.
I have a question.
Sure.
Did you ever have anybody guard you?
Yes, when I used to play professionally, I used to be guarded all the time. But I tell kids, if you shoot with the man on you, that's a bad shot.
Right.
Now in the NBA, you get a lot more bad shots because they have a 24-second clock.
Oh, yeah.
But especially if you have 2 men on you, why are you shooting the basketball?
Right.
You know?
Where did you play professionally?
I played in Northern Ireland, Belfast, Northern Ireland, for a club team called St. Gall's. Then I was over in Wales and finished up in Germany. Played for 8 years over in Europe.
So you played internationally. Why did you play in the NBA?
Wasn't good enough. Wasn't big enough, quick enough, fast enough, strong enough.
Would you say that shooting-wise, you're one of the best?
I like to think that I am the best. I like what Coach George Karl of the Denver Nuggets says. Dave Hopla is the greatest shooter in the universe. So I try to live up to that quote.
Have you had any competitions shooting-wise with any NBAs, like Ray Allen or any of them like that?
What was that?
Have you had any shooting competitions like?
No, I used to, with the guys when I used to coach the Wizards, we used to have competitions. But I haven't shot against anybody in quite a while. The guys are sort of wising up to it.
What's your skill?
What's my what?
What do you do for skills?
Skills, I'll work on my ball handling, shooting, you know, whatever it is offensively. Passing the basketball, I'll go pass the ball against the wall. You know, work on dribbling with cones. I do all that stuff, you know, each and every day, being able to handle the basketball. If you can't handle the basketball, you can't play these days. So, now I'll do that. College.
Do you work out at all besides just shooting in the gym, or?
Yes, like I said, I'll do my ball handling drills. I'll do my post moves. I do work in the weight room. I jump rope. I stretch. As the older I become, the more and more stretching I do, so I can stay loose and fight this losing battle with Father Time.
Would you say it's easier to shoot in a tank top or a t-shirt?
Much easier for a tank top. My t-shirts get tight on me, sweating, and I feel I don't get full extension with my shooting line.
So, I heard you have a daughter.
Yes, I do. Joy of my life.
Is she gonna be a basketball star like you?
Nah, she's not the least bit interested in basketball. She loves to see the mascots though.
She loves the mascots. What's her favorite mascot?
Her favorite? Probably Benny the Bull. In Chicago.
How old is she?
She's 7 years old. She's in the 2nd grade now. Mrs. Maxon's class.
Oh, good teacher.
Yeah, she likes it.
What does your wife do for a living?
My wife works for Abbott Laboratories, a pharmaceutical company based out of Chicago.
Well, she must travel a lot too.
She does quite a bit of travel. We both try not to be gone at the same time. So. And she, right now she's in Alabama today as we speak.
Do you normally come at the same time here to work out?
I usually try to get here the same time. This last week's been a little crazy, but I usually try to get here right after I drop my daughter off, and then I go down to the weight room, wait till the classes finish up here, and then come up and take care of business.
Do you work it all with the arc of your shot?
Yeah. So I always want to finish with my elbow or my eyebrow. So I can get the ball up, always in. So that would be my 3 strikes, 3 strings. And then I always finish up with the game called 6 swishes.
My favorite.
And this is where I have to swish a shot, and then I go to the next spot. The 6 spots are 2 feet in front of the basket, middle of the lane, free shot, high school 3, college 3, and pro 3. And if the ball doesn't go in, I have to go all the way back to the beginning. And if I don't get a swish within 3 shots from a certain spot, I once again come back to the beginning. Very tough game. You have to swish shots, not just make shots. So here we go.
Since you can't hit the backboard. Or
Can't hit anything but the net.
And there's one. Oh, I think that one nipped a little bit.
Nipped a little, okay.
That's 2. 3.
Back.
Nope.
That's off. Come back.
So as you can see, he comes back if he misses it. There's 1. 2. That nipped a little, guys. There we go. Now he's at the high school 3.
Same spot. And that's 3. So come all the way back in here. Imagine, make shots, it's not good enough.
You ever done 6 in a row perfectly?
Yeah, only once.
He's done it once when I was here too.
Yeah. But it wasn't like on the first try. I mean, I've done it like the other day I did it, but it wasn't like on my first try. It was several, but it's really difficult to do. Back in, here we go.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why do you call people who pass the ball back to you a passer, not a rebounder?
Because rebound means to get a missed shot. I'm all about being all about positive. So I always say I want a great passer, not a great rebounder. If I wanted a rebounder, I'd have Dennis Rodman travel with me. That would be very interesting, but in my life, but I want a pass. Because good passes precede good shots. All right, let's get fucked beyond this spot.
There we go.
College 3. That's off. I wasn't sure if that one had caught the rim or not. I was questioning myself on the college one. Gotta lift. See, this tells you a lot about somebody's mental, how they are mentally.
Yeah.
A lot of people quit, give up, and it's just like anything else in life. We don't want to do things that are too difficult.
Yeah, push yourself. 3.
That did.
Call that one in the air.
Ow! So not getting the ball up in the air, that's why. Shooting too flat, my elbow's flat. My elbow's not above my eyebrow. Always up. Always. So that's it.
3.
Put it up in the air. Up. That's flat. Too flat. Have to get it up now.
Thank you for coming here today.
My pleasure. Here we go. Here we go. Get it up.
There we go. That's 5.
There we go. There
There it is.
There it is. Thank you. Not easy, but nothing in life worthwhile is.
Any last philosophy statements or anything you want to tell the people that motivational?
Yeah, no matter what it is in life that you are passionate about, that you love, and you can make a living doing it, you're successful. And believe in yourself. Others are going to try to knock you down, make fun of you, tell you you can't do something. You have to be mentally tough, and if you love to do something and you're passionate about it, you too can be successful. I was told I'll never do anything in basketball, but I took those negative words and I used to use them to motivate me. I didn't listen to them. I just used it as motivation. When I want to leave the courts, I'd hear Mr. Martin saying, I'll never do anything in basketball, and I would just work harder to try to prove those people wrong. So I took the negative words and turned them into a positive.
This has been brought to you by Channel 7. I'm Calvin Crocker. This is Dave Hopla. Cameraman John. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.